If you want to learn how to make insane Modern Warfare thumbnails just like this for free without Photoshop, then this is the perfect video for you. This is a step-by-step guide for people who are unfamiliar with how to make really good Modern Warfare thumbnails, teaching you how to make the gun render and how to do all the thumbnail adjustments to make your thumbnail look the best. This is your boy Bazaar, and if you do enjoy the video or find it helpful at any point, please do leave it a like. It does support the channel a lot. And also subscribe for more weekly content. Now let's get into the video. Alright, so first of all, what you want to do is prepare your weapon. We're going to start with the gun render. What you want to do is head over to custom games, go to your weapon, go to a loadout and create a custom weapon. Put whatever attachments you want on it. And basically what you want to do is pick the best camo you have, or just a really nice looking camo, because camos will be the main eye-catch thing. If you don't have gold, platinum or Damascus, then what you want to do, I'd say, is equip this one, or the blue one, because it looks really nice in the sun. It shines quite a bit. So that's my recommendations, but just choose whatever camo is appealing to you. Once you finish customizing your weapon, what you want to do is head over to game setup, map. You want to scroll all the way to the top and pick Palace. Once you've done that, what you want to do is head over to game rules, make the time limit down all the way to unlimited, and the match time, make it to 5 seconds, just so you can get in the game quicker. Gameplay, this is the most important one. Make sure realism mode is turned on. It just makes the game look really nice, plus it removes all the hard elements. So next, once you've done that, what you want to do now is start the match. Alright, so once you've loaded into the game, you want to find the best spot to take a really good screenshot of a gun render. So what you want to do is hop on a quad bike. There's quite a few around the map on the outside, and you want to drive it around the roads on the outside of the map, and then drive it to this location right here. Now you'll know you're at the right place because you'll see these little blue huts on the right. That's how you know you're in the right place. What you want to do is head over between these two construction buildings, and behind these buildings you'll see a barrier. What you want to do is climb on top of it, and the way you do it is by going over here on this barrel, climb on top of it, and then once you're here, just walk down the barrier. And you can see this is a really good place to take a screenshot of your gun render, because the sun is shining and the sky is pretty clear if you look in this direction. So what you want to do is just shoot your weapon, and then once you've shot your weapon, just reload it, and that's what you want to do. And make sure you're recording all of this. I made an error here. I got the clouds here, so I moved my camera again to make sure sky is blue. Once you've done this and recorded it, save your clip. And what you want to do now is take your USB stick and plug it into your PS4 and head over to storage and basically copy the video to your USB stick. Once it's done copying, what you want to do now is just head over to your PC, laptop or anything like that, and that's all you need to do. So see you when I get to my laptop. Alright, now once you're back onto your PC or laptop, plug in your USB and find where your files are. I found where my files are, and I've got my video and my screenshot of the stats. So first thing you want to do is open up the video. Alright, now once the video is opened up, you can see this is the video. This is actually a video I shot with the Oden yesterday. What you want to do is find the part where you're reloading the weapon, and find the part where you want to take a screenshot. So I want to take a screenshot of this part where the Oden gets tilted more to the sky, just because it just looks a bit nicer. So yeah, I would stop it right about here. I take a screenshot of this. So you stop right here and print screen it. All PCs and laptops have a print screen button on your keyboard. Just make sure you print screen it. Then close the video. So now what you want to do is open up the picture of the weapon stats. Now your picture will not look like this. Your picture will look like with the whole Oden, and this will just be in the bottom left. What you want to do is click up here, the crop button on Windows, and what you want to do is crop it so it goes right up to this grey line. You can see there's a black box here and a black box here. Make sure the black isn't visible, just you can see the grey. You still see the black corners in the top left and bottom right corner, but that's fine. Leave that how it is. Once you've done that, save it, and yeah, now we're ready to do our thumbnail. Alright, now what you want to do is look in the description, and there's a link to the site for Pixlr. It's a photo editing site for free. It's basically a BTEC Photoshop. That's what it is. Basically a BTEC Photoshop. And yeah, this is really good to use for small YouTubers like me who don't want to spend money on Photoshop and stuff like that. So yeah, once you're on this site, click on Advanced Pixlr E. You need the advanced one, not the playful one, because there's some features in the advanced one that we're going to use. So once you pick the advanced one, what you want to do is create new. Then you want to go to this one web 720p because this one's got the correct dimensions for the thumbnail. 1280 by 720. These are the correct sizings of the pixel sizings for the YouTube thumbnail. You want to name it whatever you want. Oden thumbnail. That will do. Make sure the background's checked off because you want a transparent background, not like a solid color. So once you've done that, you click create, and there you go. There's the size of what your thumbnail will be. So what do we do from here? Well, we want to achieve this. We want to achieve this thumbnail that I've made yesterday. As you can see, the Oden is really in your face. Like, it's really bright, visible. The background is really nice as well, and this is all made in this. As you can see, the stats are really nice and shiny at your face again. So yeah, this is essentially what you should be doing for your thumbnails. It's really bright and eye-catchy. So yeah, how do we do this? I just want to mention out, this is a quick video, so I won't be doing it as perfect as this. Takes time. I took like probably more than an hour, 30 minutes creating this thing just to make it really bright, partly because I was learning how to do things, but basically, yeah, it doesn't come quickly. You just kind of learn it step by step. But basically, I'm just going to basically teach you everything step by step. So what you want to do is pull up the Oden picture. So once you've located where your picture is, what you want to do is drag it and drop it right here and add to current. Now you'll get the picture slightly too big, so you want to resize it so it's slightly smaller. Now what you want to do is get rid of the blue background. So how are we going to do that? The way we're going to get rid of the blue background is by using the lasso tool in the top left. Click on it. Then if you look at the top bar, there's different types of lasso. What you want to do, pick the first one and kind of just go around it. Like, you can get rid of the white spots as well. It's not really a big deal. You could just leave it, but I'm going to remove it just for the sake of it. Technically go around, try not to get these numbers involved. Then you just go around the whole image. You can zoom out so you can see the whole image. There we go. Get the whole blue. You want to get rid of all of this blue. There you go, and connect it to here. There we go. Now all you want to do now is go into edit and cut it out. That should get rid of all the blue on the outside. If you got some blue left behind, then just circle again and just cut it out again. But in my case, there's nothing here. So what we want to do is now get rid of all of the blue now that's remaining. So the way we do this is go into the one select, click on this, and click on the blue. And this should highlight most of the blue area around. What we do now is just click edit and cut it out. That should cut out most of it. Now what you want to do again is just this part that I didn't decide to cut out. You're going to cut it out, edit, and cut out. Now you'll get little parts like this part that won't want to cut out. You could just step by step go again and keep cutting out, or you could just go back to the lasso tool and just circle it around. Zoom in using the scroll wheel and circle it around. There we go, and simply you just cut it. There we go. Now there's a weird little strange blue line going all around on the outside. We want to get rid of that. So you want to zoom in so you can see the whole thing. You can also use these things over here to help you out. There we go. I can see the whole blue lines. What you want to do is basically just go around it. Just do a whole circle around it. I'll go on the inside first, but you could do the outside first. It's really up to you. Can I just say I'm editing this right now and I'm seeing it lag a lot, so I'm really sorry for that. There's nothing really I can do to help that. I just need I need a new PC. But yeah, sorry for the lag issues. Anyways, back to the video. And cut it. There we go. We've got rid of the weird little blue line. Now you may notice there's still blue things left around, for example, the hand over here and the scope. It's barely noticeable because I'll show you in a second. We'll get onto that in a second. But, oh yeah, also, do not forget this. With the Oden, do not forget there's a little part here that needs to be cut out as well. I almost forgot this in my thumbnail as well, but I didn't. So you want to make sure that's cut out. Now you've got your Oden. Next up, what you want to do is next to your layers on the right, you want to make it invisible for now, because we've done the Oden for now and we want to get rid of it. What we want is a background. Now what I did for my thumbnail is just put literally the map. You can see the airport over here. So all you do is search for the map, which is Verdansk. I actually used the first one right here because I just liked it the most. Also, any background you use, make sure it's desizing, because if it's not 1920 by 1080, it will not be the correct size for the thumbnail. So make sure it's 1920 by 1080. Any thumbnail in general. So once you've picked your image, you know, right click it and save image as, and save it wherever's accessible to you. So you just haven't subscribed to me yet. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Enjoy the rest of the video, I guess. So once you've saved it, you want to find where you saved it. In my case, it's in my downloads. This is from yesterday's thumbnail as well. So what you want to do is drag it and drop it. Add to current, and there you go. It's slightly bigger than usual, but you just resize it so it fits the borders. Now, if you put back your Oden, make sure it's on top so it's actually visible. You can see a few things compared to this. There's a few things that I've changed here. It's pretty visible, isn't it? Right. We'll start with the background first. So what you want to do first is get the blur. So once again, make the Oden visible. So what you want to do is select your image or your layer, then go to filter, detail, Gaussian blur, and I'd say the best is about 25, 30. This is just too much and this is too little. So I would go 30, 35 or 25. That's about the best kind of blur you get. So apply that, and now that's a very similar blur to what I had in my actual thumbnail. However, as you can see, it's a lot brighter. It's a lot like more colorful. It's not dull. It's a lot more colorful. Now, the way you can fix this is by going to adjustment, hue and saturation. Now, here you've got three options. If I move up the saturation, you can see the colors go a bit more to life. So that's what you want to do. You want to put it right to 100 because it's still a bit dull, and 100 is technically just the best. It's just more blue and better. But the amazing thing about Pixlr, you can still see that this image is a lot more blue and brighter and just more jumpy at you. What I did was just did a saturation again. You can stack saturation. If you open it again, it's back to 0. So literally you just go back to 100, and that makes it even more brighter. It stacks the saturation on top, if that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense. But yeah, so I just did 100 again because it just really brings the colors to life again. So yeah, I just did that, and I didn't decide to do it the third time because it just kind of messed up with the colors. That's just a bit ugly now. Like, that's a bit ugly. So I just kept it, I cancelled it, and I kept it. So now you can see we've got a really bright picture of Verdansk, and it's blurred out because our focus is the Oden. Now, how do I get the Oden to make it really sharp and like jumpy at you like it's over here? What we're going to do is first play around with the saturation. What you want to do is adjustment, saturation, and once again, just bring the colors to life. It's a lot more like this is just the original screenshot, and this is a lot more brighter. You can see the difference, can't you? Now you can just play around whatever you prefer, but I would just put saturation to 100. The next thing you want to do is filter, detail, and sharpen. You want to sharpen the image so the lines are a lot more like separate from each other, and it's instead of being kind of smudged together, you can see it's a lot more blurry and smudged. But as soon as we sharpen the image, it kind of like separates. It's a lot more like at you. It's instead of blurred out. So that's what you want to do. You want to sharpen it. You could sharpen it again, but that kind of, I wouldn't do it. It kind of ruins. It makes it a bit too much. It makes it too much. You could sharpen it a bit more to like I don't know, like 30. But once again, it's just a bit too much. I would prefer to leave it. I just sharpened it once. I don't want to sharpen it twice. So you could play around with this a little bit more. You could make it more vibrant. Vibrance is quite cool. It's basically just makes it more vibrant. It's kind of in the name. I think I use this for the Oden as well. But yeah, now talk about the Oden again. How do we get rid of this nasty blue outline? The way to make it the least visible is basically just add an outer glow like I've added here. Go to filter, outer glow, and there you go. You can pick I would filter it to the max, make it like nice and glowy, and you can just decide what size you want. This is a bit too little, so I would do it something like this, something like that. So obviously you can also change the color. It doesn't have to be white. It can be red, for example, or just any other color, literally any. But I prefer white. We've done the Oden basically. Now, how do we get this? This is the complicated part. What you want to do here is take the image of your stats. Here are my stat images. Go to thingy and just drop it in. So add to current. Here we go. We want to make it a little bit bigger. But first thing you want to do with this is cut the edges, because as you can see, here is just like a rectangle. Here I've actually cut off the edges, so we want to make everything invisible. Zoom it in. Remember the little black box I was talking about in the top left here? That's what you want to get rid of now. So yeah, basically just zoom into the corner, go to the lasso tool again, and this time you want to go for the polygonal one. Basically every time you click, you can just make straight lines with it. That's kind of what you want to do here. Make sure the layer is selected on the right. You want to click once, click twice, and just basically get rid of it and connect it. There you go. All you can do now is cut it, and there you go. You've got a nice little cut edge. And you do exactly the same for the other side. So once you've cut out both corners, now you just want to go back to make everything visible again. Zoom out. Now what you want to do here, but you can see that the lines are just less in your face as this one, and it's just a bit more dull. So once again, alright, so here it starts to get really laggy, so I'm basically going to explain it to you without showing you the footage. Basically, make sure you click on the stats, double click it, and make sure you do saturation twice. Put it to 100 and saturate it again, and put it to 100 again, and then you'll get results like this. We could do it a second time. We can definitely do it a second time. It doesn't really ruin the colors over here, and it looks really nice and bright over here. So we'll do it the second time. So what I did in my thumbnail, I've saturated it 3 times. I did it 3 times because the green just looks a lot more brighter than it does twice. Like this is twice, and this is 3 times. It's just it's a difference. It's a different. It catches your eye more. So yeah, you can see there's a difference. It glows more out your face. So we will definitely do that. It ruins the colors a little bit here, but it's not a big deal because on the actual thumbnail, like when it's zoomed out, it's not really that visible. So it's fine. Could you sharpen this? Let's try it out. Yes, you want to sharpen it because this is more readable. As you can see before, it was a bit more blurred out or darker, and here it makes it a lot more bright and in your face. So you want to do that. Also, what I did to this is added an outer glow. So what we want to do here is basically click it again, go to filter, outer glow, and just basically feather it to the max and pick whatever size you want. I would probably do it around here. Again, whatever color you want, it's all up to you. I did it white just because it stands out more. Literally, that's it. One thing I totally forgot to mention is how to extend the stats so they look really good in the thumbnail. Basically, what you want to do is use the lasso tool. So go to the lasso tool and use a polygonal one. Once you've chosen that, all you want to do is basically cut out the green part, the part that you want to extend basically. So once you've selected it with the polygonal tool, what you want to do now is copy it using Ctrl and C, and then paste it using Ctrl and V. Then once you've done that, all you do is move it to the right and make sure it matches little pixels with the green so it doesn't look bad. I don't know how I did this. I wasn't able to do this now, but I know you can do it because I did it in my other thumbnail. They matched perfectly. So try and make the pixels match up perfectly the best you can. But if you can't, it's not a big deal because it won't be that noticeable from a thumbnail perspective. Once you do that, just keep copying and pasting it until you reach the end, and extend it for any other stat that you want to. So yeah, that's exactly how you do it. Anyways, let's get back into the video. All that we've got left is the effect on the side and the font. Now these are called speed lines. All you gotta do is literally just type up speed lines PNG, and I've actually searched up the right size yesterday. So that's exactly what you want to do, and images. And there's a bunch of them over here. Now all of these, you don't want them. I'll tell you why. Because I found really good ones like these, which kind of have a glow already automatically out of them. What you want to do now is use the download link in the description to get the speed lines. Once you've downloaded the speed lines, all you want to do now is literally drag it from your file explorer and just drag it and drop it. Add to current, and there you go. You can see it here. So there you go, made it fit my screen. Now what you want to do here is change the color if you want to, unless you want to keep it red, but I want to change the color. So how do you do that? You want to go to adjustment and hue and saturation. So what you do now, if you want to make it white like my thumbnail I did, all you got to do is just turn the lightness up, and there you go. It's white and it's bright and it's really nice. But yeah, if you want a different color, literally all you got to do is play with the hue until you find your color. For example, this would be green, over here would be like this turquoise color, here was purple, pink, blue, literally any that you can just look through the colors over here until you find the color you like. Could also make it black, but yeah, that's basically it. I want to use the white one like I did in my thumbnail, so I'm just gonna put the lightness all the way. Now all you got left is the text. This is optional, you don't have to, but if you want to. So text, click I want to add the text layer, must try, like I've got in my title. Now this is a font that I've downloaded off the internet because I couldn't really find a font that I liked, but the best fonts are the ones on the internet to download. So I'll leave this one link in the description. But now it looks pretty plain. You don't want it pretty plain. You want it nice and clear, like you've got it over here. So what you want to do here is go into style, put an outline to it, and I did a white one, so I'm going to do a white one again. You can change the size of the outline, but personally 3 is the best. That's basically it. You can just go into the size, make it as big or as small as you want. That should be fine. And for the overpowered thing, you literally just do the exact same thing. Make it like that. You can also change the colors. You don't have to do a red one. The color changes over here. You can make it with white. You can make it purple. You can literally do anything with it. But yeah, that is how to make a free thumbnail and make it look really good, basically. Obviously this one looks a lot better because I took more time on it. So if I were you, I would literally just play around with a lot of these, see what each of them do. I mean, some of these are pretty sick. But yeah, that's basically it. That's how you make a thumbnail for Modern Warfare in this style for free without Photoshop. I could search up any Modern Warfare, for example Modern Warfare Oden, and I could see a similar type of thumbnail. For example, here holding the weapon here again. There's a lot of things you can do with thumbnails. And that is it. That is how you make a Modern Warfare thumbnail for free. This video took a while to make, again, a lot of footage to make it into a 20-minute video, but it was fun making. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it as well, or learned something at least. And if you're still watching this, please comment the word tree. Comment the word tree, because that's what I can see right now. Comment tree if you're still here, and that means a lot to me. That means that you've stayed till the end of the video. Which is insane for a 20-minute video. I'm not going to expect anyone to really comment tree, but if I do see someone commenting tree, then that would be insane. I'd be over the moon. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. See you later.